Okay, so the Wuthering Waves version 2.2 livestream has just finished, and we've got a ton more information about what's coming up in this update, and also what's coming up in the future for potential future versions, potential future events, and everything like that. And honestly, it's very exciting. Now, I'm going to straight up say that this update isn't one of the biggest updates that Wuthering Waves has had, but it definitely is a very solid one. It's a little bit more closer to the Phoebe brant one in terms of how solid it was and how great it is, but, you know, it's nothing to the standards of like Arena C to release, which I think is still really, really great. And honestly, I'm very excited to see what happens in the game going forwards. We're going to be going through everything you need to know about this update, as well as some other stuff as well, my thoughts and feelings on the update itself. Yeah, just pretty much talking everything to do with version 2.2. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys do enjoy, and also go to game subs, use my code KAZA, get 10% off. As I said in my last video, Tectone actually has a new flavor called Happy Juice, so definitely go over there, get it, get 10% off by using my code, and yeah, go support him, go check it out. Again, it's a really cool flavor, so yeah, let's get back into the video. So yeah, this is the stream right here. It's still actually going as the time of recording. I think it's just like a kind of final art piece, but the update actually has quite a lot of stuff. And let's just start off with the first thing being the main story. The main story looks very, very good. It is a main story. It's not some side quest where it doesn't really matter to the overall story. This is a main one, including characters like Canterella, Cartethia, and we also saw some other stuff in terms of the trailer, including like the adult version of Cartethia, or I say the adult version, just the taller version of Cartethia, I guess, which again looks very exciting. And it also seems that we're going to be getting a lot of stuff to do with that main story quest. Now, obviously, one of the main things I picked out in a lot of the story was the use of British voice actors. It was really nice to see even more of them actually being utilized. Obviously, whenever Wuthering Waves first started out, it was mainly American, and I was a little bit worried that they were just going to keep going back to American and then just like every now and again throw in a British one. But it seems like they are going like fully in with this, and it might be better considering a lot of these strikes and stuff that are going on in terms of the kind of workflow of the game and just getting a lot of voices and voice actors out there, which honestly I think is really great, and they sound great in this. I think Canterella and also Cartethia both have that kind of accent to them, which again obviously is great. As a British person myself, it's really great to see that kind of stuff going on in the game. Now, obviously, one of the main attractions of version 2.2 is the new 5-star Canterella, which again a lot of people are very excited for. It seems like she's going to be some kind of like supportive character, a little bit similar to Zhezha, and I feel like that's what a lot of people are going to start thinking, in the sense of like people aren't going to think she's that great when it first comes out, but I feel like they are kind of gearing up for another character to come out in the future that she's going to work really well with. So again, we'll have to wait and see what kind of happens with that. Obviously, she's going to be a Havoc Rectifier user, and she's going to have some kind of underwater like attacks, which again looked really cool, and they showcased all of that on the live stream, which was really nice. And they said that she specializes in a lot of crowd control and also coordinated attacks, meaning she might work pretty well with Jinshi, which again is going to be very exciting to see. In terms of her actual character design as well, she actually has that tacit mark on the tongue, which again looks absolutely amazing. I couldn't really talk about it until it actually came out. Obviously, I did see a lot of the posts on Twitter, talking about it whenever, it wasn't officially announced. But now I can finally talk about it because, again, they fully released the fact that she does have a tacit mark on her tongue. And I think that's a very cool character design feature of her. And obviously, yeah, the quest that we're going to be doing actually involves a lot to do with her as well. We also got another new character, technically being the other character on the screen, which is Rover. Rover actually got an arrow version, which again looks pretty cool. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be using it or not, but they actually did introduce a new kind of combat thing to the game, being arrow erosion, and you can kind of think of it a bit like Spectro Frazzle, except it's an arrow version and does like a couple different things. I'm pretty sure it's more dot orientated. And also with this, they also released a couple of other things, including a new echo set, which again is going to work well with the arrow stuff. I'm pretty sure this echo set is almost entirely for the arrow rover, which again will be exciting to see. And I don't really know how they're going to fit into teams at the moment, but we're going to have to see in the future. And also we do get a free weapon from the main quest. So if you play the main story quest, you get a free weapon, which apparently works really well with Rover as well, which again is great. We're just getting a ton of free stuff that can work well and help out people in the long term. Now, we've also got even more new stuff, including a new region, which is also coming. That's also going to be featured in the main story quest. It's actually called an Avenilium, I think it is. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but they do have a lot of upside down features, a little bit similar to what we had in Penacony, where you could actually press like a little machine thing, and then it would turn your entire perspective upside down, which honestly I thought was quite cool. Obviously, it's not entirely unique, but also I think they did a pretty good job at representing it, and I think it looks much better, especially seeing as this is a fully open world thing, whereas Honkai Star isn't as open worldy as, you know, Wuthering Waves is, or Genshin Impact is, or whatever. We also got some new echoes as well, including some little dragon, drake things, whatever you want to call them. They look really cool and really cute. Obviously, they showcase them a little bit at the end of the live stream as well. And also, we got some exploration quests, and also 4 new echoes alongside that too, which again, it's all going to be kind of covered in the exploration quests. You're going to be able to find all of them, and hopefully they'll work very well on your characters. I'm assuming some of these are going to be for the new Aero kind of set as well, which will be great. And then finally, one of the other things as well to do with echoes is actually a 4-cost echo, which is coming to the game, which I'm very excited for. It's actually one of the fleur-de-lis swords. So it's not actually like an echo or like a creature or an actual being. It's a sword from this kind of quest. I'm pretty sure, you know, they did say there's going to be a new boss, which is going to be fleur-de-lis, which might be a little bit of a story spoiler, but hey, who cares? You know, it's involved in the trailer, so obviously it's not that much of a spoiler. And obviously she has a sword in the trailer, which actually looks really cool, and that's actually going to be featured as an echo, which I think is great. And honestly, I'm very excited to see how they're going to do that, because again, it's like something a little bit different, and the echo skills for actually using it in game look really great as well. So as for the banners, we're gonna have Canterella, obviously, because she is a, you know, the 5-star resonator that is coming out, and she's also going to be joined by Camellia, I'm pretty sure, who's also going to be on the same banner or the same time period or whatever, which again is going to be a pretty hard choice for a lot of people. And then also on the second phase of the banner, we're going to be getting Shorekeeper, which is a long-awaited character, obviously, because some people missed out on actually pulling for Shorekeeper when she came out because they didn't think she was good enough, and she turns out being one of the most meta units in the game at the moment, which again, there's going to be a lot of people pulling for her, so maybe some people might have to skip Canterella for, you know, for now, because again, it is quite a hard choice. But again, it is great to see that. And also another thing that they did mention in this is that we're also going to be getting a separate Canterella story as well, you know, aside from the main story, which again is going to be great, alongside a ton of new events, including like Lolo's campaign, the Raguna weather event, stuff like that. Now, the final thing we're going to talk about is some of the kind of changes that are actually coming, some of the optimization, which has a lot of people excited because some of them are going to be UI changes. We've also got titles coming to Wuthering Waves accounts, meaning that you can actually have a title on your profile, which again is going to be very cool, especially for a lot of these sweats trying to have like a title to show off on their account to show that they did something in the game, which honestly I think that's great. It's a really great addition. We also got the ability to review a lot of stories, and also they're going to be optimizing a lot of stuff to do with updates and also pre-downloads on mobile, which is going to help out a lot of people whenever it comes to, you know, updating their game quicker, updating it more stably, which obviously is great for everyone. And one of the things I've been asking on all of my videos for like ages and ages now is a Steam version of Wuthering Waves, and it finally happened. So they announced there's going to be a Steam version coming out on the 29th of April, which again is next month. So again, it's going to be very cool. I can't wait for it to come out because it's going to promote a lot more kind of people coming in, and it's going to be much more discoverable in terms of on the Steam homepage and stuff like that. And hopefully it can get a lot of people to come over and play the game, even if they're not necessarily involved with gacha games in general or don't really care about gacha games at all. They just want to play a cool game, which again, I hope, you know, it does bring over a lot of players, because honestly, this is one of the next biggest kind of platforms they can actually go to. And I've been saying this for like videos and videos in the past. I'm almost thinking that they maybe listened to a couple of them, but hey, you know, I don't know. And they also say that there is going to be a shorter update. So this is mainly all of the updates that are coming to the game. You know, these are all of the main ones. A lot of people will be saying, okay, this is quite, you know, it's a fine update, it's a solid update, which again, it is. But the fact is, this update is actually shorter so that they can actually get to the anniversary, which is in a couple of months' time, I'm pretty sure. Which again, they also teased at the end of the live stream as well, pretty much with a big cake. So obviously they are planning on actually celebrating it. And that's why these actual updates are going to be shorter, meaning that we're going to have a shorter kind of run period to version 2.3, which is going to be the anniversary patch, which again is very exciting because that could actually include a lot of free rewards and a lot of free other stuff as well. You know, I feel like it's going to be a good time in general, and I feel like Kuro Games do know how to do a really good anniversary, so hopefully we will see them, you know, kind of provide on that one. But hey, you know, overall, really good update, and I can't wait to see what comes out in the future. Obviously, I'll continue to be making a ton of content on some of the more specific stuff coming to version 2.2, and also any other news that comes out for version 2.2 and beyond, because again, it's very exciting. I'm very happy with how the game is at the moment, and I think a lot of other people are very happy with the game it is at the moment, because again, version 2.2 looks absolutely insane. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you enjoy version 2.2? Do you think that this looks like a good update? And yeah, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, use my code GameSubs, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.